What's up, YouTubers? Rich from 2RC Productions. I'm with Ryan.
What's up?
Ryan's helping me out here, holding the light and helping me hand me stuff, whatever I need. So we're jumping ahead a little bit here. This is a week after the video that you saw with the cam install and timing components. And I came out here Thursday night because the weather was pretty nice and got the valve covers on. New Pro gaskets, and those valve covers are a pain to get on. Actually, the driver's side went on pretty smooth. You see how tight it is here? I didn't make up the master cylinder yet. I just unbolted that thing and moved it out of the way. And we're just going along now. It's Saturday morning. The weather is really crummy. It's like 30 degrees or something. It's snowing out. They're talking snow. And but we're out here. We got a little space heater here that's helping enough. It's not really too bad. And what we've been doing is making everything up. So the other day, I made all the bolts up in here, made the valve cover bolts, and this morning we came out and started torquing everything to spec. So we torqued the valve cover, torqued the passenger side valve cover, we torqued the timing cover, we torqued the water pump, torqued the harmonic balancer, we put the new, or tightened the new crank sensor. I put that in the other day, hooked up the plug. New cam sensor, just put that in, made up the plug. Now the next move, what we're going to do is I'm going to go underneath, make up the 4 oil pan bolts in the front that got to go in, and torque those. And then I'm going to make up the power steering pump because that's loose. And then I'm going to dress this shaft up and get my puller and installer tool, and we got to put this pulley back on. And then, you know, put that on, snug these bolts up. We got to put the spark plugs in. I picked up some brand new ones this morning, even though they weren't bad. Really, they weren't in there that long, but I figure we're starting off with all this new stuff. We're going to get brand new plugs. We got the new coolant sensor right here we're going to change out, put a brand new Motorcraft one in. I got a brand new thermostat with O-ring that's going to go in there. All new gaskets, like I said. I want to do a little bit of painting here, this black here, before we button it up, and then I'm going to clean the intake off in the front. I'm not going to take the intake manifold off at this time. I'm going to polish it a little bit, and then maybe in the fall I'll take it off. It's not leaking, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. We're on a mission to get this thing running. I want to do a little bit of cleanup here under the engine bay, wipe all this off before we button it up with the airbox. So like I say, we're moving along pretty good. It's only like 11:30 on Saturday morning. We've been out here for, I don't know, 2 hours or so. And we just made up this canister here for the AC. We're just going to keep plugging along. There's still quite a bit of parts. We still got to put the alternator on. We still got to put the pulleys on, the tensioner, spark plugs, coils, alternator, make up all the wires, the harness, plug in anything that's unplugged. I went and bought oil today, some ore oil, because we're going to run this for probably, I don't know, hour or so. And then I'm going to drain the oil down. And then we're going to refill it again. I'm going to put like 200 or 300 miles on it. And then drain it down again. So just checking in now. We'll keep checking in a little bit through the process. This is really kind of mundane. What we're doing is just kind of bolting everything back on. We got to put the coolant overflow box, rehook up the power steering. There's a lot of bolts and just tedious stuff that I'm not really going to waste time filming. And then we're going to get back, and the main thing is when we get to the point where we whip this bad boy over, and still praying to God and hoping that this thing fires up and runs good and we don't have any issues. I think what I'm going to do is start it initially with the stock tune and just get it fired because it ran before like that, and then have a comparison of how it's idling and stuff, and then load the Bama tune, because like I showed you guys, or actually I didn't show you guys, but my Bama SCT X4 tuner came this week, so we got that thing ready to go. So once we do get this fired up, we will put the tune on it after a little bit. We'll check for leaks, we'll listen for any strange noises, you know, hopefully everything is good, and we will be driving this. Maybe tomorrow we can take it down the road. So all right, YouTubers, check back in a bit.
What's up, YouTubers? Making up the power steering bolts right now. This one you can only get an open end wrench in there. It's kind of a pain. Oil pan bolts are made up and torqued. I get the power steering bolts made up, and then our work down here is done. Then we can center up on top, getting this pulley put on, and all the rest of the goodies up top. All this stuff takes a little bit of time, but none of it is like extremely grueling after this. We're getting in the home stretch. It just takes a while here because you can only do like a half a turn at a time with this bolt. Alright, YouTubers, the moment of truth. It is 5:21. I've been out here since about 9 o'clock. So about 8 solid hours. Got it all together. I am nervous as hell right now. And I hope everything goes good. Please, Lord, let this thing start and everything be good. There's so many variables, so many connections. Hopefully we got everything. I've been over it. I filled the coolant up. We just hooked the battery up. Put some fuel system cleaner in it. Been sitting with this old gas. I'm going to take these towels off of the fender here. I did not put the computer on it. Or the tune, the Bama tune. We're going to start it stock and then let it run for a while and see what happens. And then if everything is okay, we'll do the tune. Check the oil real quick, cooling this in there. I know we got plenty of oil. Yep. Battery's hooked up, and I hooked the fuel relay back up. All the coils are in, all the plugs are in, all the connections that I could see are on. Alright, here we go.
Good.
Woo! 8 months! Sounds great! No ticking, oil pressure's up. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're going to get some smoke and burning stuff and have to keep filling and cooling up. Super quiet. Sounds fantastic. We're going to let it run for a while, obviously. And yeah, there's going to be oil and stuff burning off because we had oil running down. That's normal. A little bit of gas. Months. 8 months, man, it's good to hear this thing run.